Hi all. Let's do some C++. We're going to do a vector. Don't let the fancy word scare you. This is a fancy word for an array. An array that can shrink and expand as needed. Okay, that's all a vector is. So just let's check these out first and then we'll run them. So first one, real simple example. Okay, so this creates the vector. So we create a vector and it's gonna store integers, and then we're gonna name it V. Okay, this name here, V, you can name that anything you want. Okay, so create a vector to store integers. Okay, now that's an empty vector, no size, there's nothing in there. Now we have to put numbers in it. We have to put integers in it. So we're going to put a 10 in there, 11, 12, 13. So for this example, what we're doing is we're just pushing the numbers onto the vector at the back. Okay? And an easy way to do that is to use the pushback function. Now, something that might be different is this vector is more than just a list of numbers the way an array would be. It's actually an object. So there's functions inside that object that you can call. There's functions inside that object that you can call to work on the vector. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying there. You know, this is more of an advanced C++ thing. You know. So here we're saying on V, on the V vector, call the pushback function and send it a 10. Put 10 at the end of the vector. Okay, so it's empty, right? So it goes to the first spot, the 0 spot. We're going to create a vector that looks like this: 10, 11, 12, 13. Then on V, call the pushback function and send it 11. So in the second spot, we're storing 11. And then on V, we're calling the pushback function and send it 12. So now we have 12 in our vector. And then one more time, call the pushback function, send it 13. So our vector looks like this. Okay? So 10 is at 0 index. 11 is at 1 index. 12 is at number 2 index. And 13 is at number 3 index. Okay, so 10 is at 0 index. 11 is at 1 index. 12 is at 2 index. 13 is at 3 index. Right? Computers and arrays start at 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then here we print out the vector, and it's just going to print 10, 11, 12, 13. Fancy part here is, see, when we create the vector, we don't know what size it's going to be, because it's an expandable array. So what we do is on the vector call the size function and get the size of it, and then we loop through the vector using that size number. Okay, so let's run it and see what it does, and then we'll explain it again. Okay, so these two programs are right here in this folder. I'll put this on C:. It's just a little easier to get to in my C++ folder. I'll start up the dot prompt, cd to C:, cd into C++, cd into vector, and cd into O1. Okay, so we're in that first folder, and let's check it out here. Okay, so we're looking at this program. We're going to compile it. Okay, so we'll run the compiler on the A file, and then we'll execute it, and you can see it prints out our vector 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so just to run through this again, we created a vector. It can store integers. Named it V. We used the pushback function to put numbers, to put integers into the vector. So we created a vector 10, 11, 12, 13, storing those numbers. And then we used a for loop to print out the numbers, the integers. So we're saying J is 0. So that's how we get the first one, 0. It prints out the vector at 0 spot, prints out the 10. And then we bump that up, bump 0 to 1, and it comes down here, is J less than the size of the vector? So the size of the vector is 4 spots. So yes, it's still smaller. So then it prints out vector for 1 at the index spot 1. So it prints the 11. Bumps 1 up to 2. And then it says, is 2 less than the size of the vector? Yes, the size of the vector is 4. So it does the printout. V for 2, 0, 1, 2, so it prints out the 12, bumps this up again from 2 to 3, is J less than the size of the vector? Yes, so the size of the vector is 4, we're at 3, so it prints out J for 3, and that's 13. It prints out the 13. Bumps it up again from 3 to 4, and it says, is 4 less than the size of the vector? No. Now they're both at 4. So it stops. Okay, so the main thing is a vector is just an expandable array. Okay, see ya. Bye.